I'm aware it's an extreme sentinel planet. Thank you, AI. You feel free to keep it on the screen. I'll pay attention. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, episode 207, where we're trying to get ahead on videos. A little bit about the challenge we're facing is that videos take a significant amount of time to upload now, given their size is so excessive to contain all of the wonderful imagery and, of course, the sounds in my narration. So what that means is we have to have a good amount of time open to get caught up, and that's what we're going to try and do. Oh, look at these. It's flora. They look like barnacles almost. That's really neat. Like land barnacles. And then you got these rocks here. Look at this. It's like some form of, not like magma. I don't know. I'm very unsure. Toxic thorns, lost insects, invasive. Doesn't really explain it. Not in any real way. Oh, we have more creatures over here. Quite a lot of fauna on this hot planet. Must be because of all the water. Fermented fruit. Eats dihydrogen crystals. Okay. Well, we're not going to let our temperature of our suit increase. That's not going to happen. How about these plants? These seem pretty common on the hotter planets. Wind-blown seeds. Suppose that makes sense. A fireberry. Oh. I don't know if we have any fireberries. We should probably grab some of those. And then I think we might check out what some of the oceans look like. And then we'll be on our way to do another community mission. Ideally. Oh, actually, we might have already had some of those. I'm not sure. Here we go, got it. Petals sings at dusk. Oh. Well, that's kind of neat. Parched weather. Okay. Not too parched. I mean, it has an ocean of some form of moisture. Cadmium, phosphorus, magnetized ferrite. I'm not so much in a hurry to build another base right away, but I don't want to leave this planet very, very fast either. There could be some... Yeah, look at this. More life forms. Hasty. Eats grass. Technically immortal. Well, if it eats grass, I imagine this planet over time, it's not going to have much grass. Although these hardy grasses here... Oh, that's how they survive. They have a good fear instinct. It's like, oh, it just jetpacked right over my head. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so we're going to go all the way to the ocean. Ooh. There you go. A little inland sea. It's kind of like a river, but maybe like a bay. Oh my. That's relatively clear. That's not too murky or... Oh. Of course. The planet itself is parched. But the water is not only full of life everywhere, but it's significantly cooler. In fact, there's no temperature problems. Observant, eats deep water algae. We have some jellyfish. Okay. Photophobic. Oh, we're getting a lot of life forms on this planet. My concern, of course... would be deep water predators. But look, even for this little river, it gets significantly deep over here. Let's make sure we keep our oxygen chamber here fully charged. Now, I know we could have called the Nautilon here, but we're doing a little bit of ocean floor walking. This is rather remarkably beautiful, and okay, I've decided we're going to command decision since we need to catch up and record quite a few episodes, and we're not going to be able to hit the community research in every episode today because we can only do the one per day. We do need to get caught up, so... Oh, look at this. Wow. I'm kind of a fan of this. Now, I don't think we have a base in this system. I know our freighter is here. Let's... Alright, let's get our ship. Okay, over there. There you go. Whoa, look out! No! Do not crush me. Careful, mind the landing gear. Alright, first things first. I think we should go into orbit. And get a little bit of a view at what the surface area of this planet looks like. So let's get a little bit of distance with a pulse jump. Not a ton. Okay, that's probably too much. Ah, so we can see. That's quite an ocean. Holy moly. Let's go towards the sun on this one. Okay. Not sure why the engines get particularly loud in that specific configuration. Aha. Okay, so now... It's like we slow down and we catch up to our own engine noise. So there's pretty significant landmass over there. That could be a significant ocean. If only we could name these oceans. Put like a beacon down. I mean, if this is where our base is going to be, should we look at some of these other planets? Now, we've only been to 2. We still have an unknown moon. This one has the water, though. Let's see, what else do we have? Maybe we need to look at them all before we decide. A foaming planet. I'll bite. Let's change it up. Let's see something new. I can't help it. I know that I want to build a base. I want to go back and power our old base. I want to do all of those things. But when I see an undiscovered planet anymore, something inside of me, it says unmapped. I want it to say discovered. Maybe it's something about knowing that we'll never explore them all. Maybe it has something to do with just having my name as the first person to have found it. I'm not certain. But that's a pretty good picture. I'll admit that. Okay. Coming in a little fast, but not hot. The atmosphere is not that thick given our angle of attack. Oh, a foaming planet, of course. Bubbles. Bubble City. That's good, though. Oh, we can get some more decorations. Okay, let's find a high place to perch. I mean, we have to put feet on the ground, really, to have credit for exploring it. And, oh, maybe we'll find the exposition building. Yeah, forget it. We won't worry about that. Hateful sentinels. Hateful. They are angry.
Extreme
Maybe they're hangry. Uh-oh. I'm aware it's an extreme sentinel planet. Thank you, AI. You feel free to keep it on the screen. I'll pay attention. I'm a bit of a fan of the bubbles, truth be told. Oh, there's the life form. So it's tough to get an accurate feel for this planet because it's sunrise and... Oh, I don't know if I'll ever get tired of how great these look on... Whoa. Okay, let's try it like this, right? So we're looking over my shoulder, but look at what the filter or whatever it is does. It makes the planets really stand out for some reason. Alright, and then we're not going to belabor the point of the bubble planet because we did one of those recently. But look at this. The nighttime effect on these planets is... It's just, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's amazing. And our inventory has actually been full for a little bit. Should I just make some more? No, because we're going to make an antimatter thing, even though man, we never processed these. Oh my goodness. So many things that we need to do. And then that person on the last multiplayer mission we did, they absolutely gave us a stack of this activated indium for reasons unknown, maybe just to sell. Total value, 9 million units. I suppose 9.4 million. Hush my mouth. I suppose I will be grateful for that. Yeah. These planets are pretty neat and pretty eerie and pretty creepy. And the sky is neat, the nebula's neat. It's got a cool vibe. I don't want to be dismissive of it, because the terrain is definitely rough and rugged, which is cool. But we have seen one of these recently, so its majesty is a little... Although this adds a neat effect to it. These gravitino balls and the hateful sentinels, as you get this bright flare. It's almost like the gravitino balls are just turning into the bubbles. All right, that's enough of that. So now we've hit another planet in the system. Now I think we'll do the group quest. Let's try that. Actually, no, wait. If we're gonna do that, we need to get our inventory straightened out, which is gonna take a brief second. We're gonna need to check our expeditions and basically clear out our inventory of all this geodesite, iridesite. It was supposed to be cleared out before the last run of expeditions, and really we just never got to it. Unfortunately, I had an incredibly busy week. So for those concerned, please don't be concerned. It was fine, but unfortunately, it crushed a lot of any time that I had, as this is not my day job. So it is difficult sometimes to squeeze all the time in when real life gets in the way. But yeah, it's sort of the way it is with anything, is it not? Here, let's process this. We'll just take the platinum right now. And then immediately just take the platinum and say nanites. Maybe we don't need all the nanites yet. That's actually not that much considering... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's not as much platinum as you would think it should be, maybe? Oh, it's not going to let me do it while I've got something in my inventory. It says, no shenanigans. You can't do that. Look at that. Process is nice and fast. I should have just taken the time to do it when I first got this stuff. And now watch, I'm going to get more, I bet. But we cleared up quite a bit of inventory space with that. Now, the other thing I want to build while we're here, and maybe I'll build it... I think I want all 3 large refiners to stay here. So let's see, we have... This is our run of storage. So if we go from the freighter, we can say... I'm going to take these pulpy roots and... Right. That's not how that works. Look at all this crud we have in our inventory here. And that's got to be sold, and these need to go to the thing, and that has to... Okay, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to come all the way down here, and we're going to give ourselves a nice big room for which to put our... Not the base capsule. I don't think it's going to let me place... Oh, it's not going to let me place the antimatter reactor on my ship. Really? That seems horrible. No, come on. No, these are all portable stuff. General. Yeah, it's not here. It's the base capsule, galactic trade, right. Yep. Tech, decoration. Right. So there is no... Well, then we don't need this room. And now I can't take that room back. Well, that's okay. I reluctantly accept these terms. Under protest, as they say. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to process all of this dihydrogen. And process more. Okay, so let's just we'll keep doing that. There you go. Look at all that dihydrogen. It's awful delicious. So let's see, we go 200. Yep, we'll just keep making these. Oh no, it changed. It's weird, they made the tab button, the Q and E, the same as the one to make more. It's sort of specific. Alright, so we'll do the last 2 here. Just gives us 100. Not really enough to do anything about it, so we'll sort of just hold it in our cargo, which should have, yeah, it has some tritium and some dihydrogen already. Are we keeping it there? I guess we are. Lots of chromatic metal. We could still run up these metals. We're short on ammonia. I mean, not short, but we're not maxed out. Dioxide, ammonia. So look at powder. Running high with oxygen. We need to stock up on our plants. All of them. We need a bit more. And our gases. We're not really collecting all of our gases either. I think. And then carbon. We need some straight carbon. Our nitrate is good. Our cobalt is good. Salt and chlorine are a little low. Ferrite, out of control. Platinum's about maxed. Pugnium and mortite. Fecium. Oh, we have extra magnetized ferrite. Okay, we're just getting a handle on everything we have here. Because a lot of this is just taking up our inventory space. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these food items to storage containers that can hold them, because unfortunately they still did not fix the problem that doesn't let us do that from the freighter's menu. We have to do it from our own. I don't think we want to keep these on the freighter, actually. This needs to be on my person. This we'll put on mine, and then these gravitino balls. I think we're just gonna sell these. Not that I had to move them to sell them. The iridescite will process. That will go on our person. This will go on our person, and that will go on our starship. We're sort of getting there. Okay, that's actually a lot of inventory space that we just cleared up on the freighter, so we can probably accept all of our expeditions now. Does anything happen when I process those? No, of course not. But we can process the last 2 iridesite. And then we'll just process those into some nanites really fast. Perfect. Now the main thing to keep in mind is that we've borrowed a lot of this stuff from the freighter, but it all goes on different starships. And if we're being totally honest, any of the S-class mods, really we should install on this fighter right away. See, I don't like that. We're talking in the comments about fighters and their canopies and what that equates to in view. Unfortunately, we have a bit of an issue. Positron ejector goes here. Yep, so that's 3 on that. So we need 1 more pulse engine and 1 more shield, and then this page will, well, no, it'll still have some space. And then we need no more phase beam upgrades. 0 more. Oh, then we've got to take this thing out and start rinsing some pirates. That'll be neat. I think the decorations were we putting here in this fancy little ship? We were. Look at that. So we'll put those in there. Those. Oh yeah, look at all that. All the stuff in the same location. And then I don't think we had anything. These are all going to be sold. Sold. And then the we got some stuff in our cargo. That's what it is. Like this will need to stay on our person. This as well, because we're going to sell it. Okay, then we just need to switch our primary starship back. Alright. So I suppose then what we'll do is we'll build the antimatter reactor. We could build the antimatter reactor at the main base in the Thranxian Expanse, which we need to kind of go back and power anyways. Unfortunately, we won't be able to just... I mean, it's possible we got lucky and there's an electromagnetic area that we can just siphon power from the planet, but odds are we're going to have to set up some sort of solar power battery array. And while that doesn't... it's not impossible to do with the resources we have, we could probably do quite a bit. It is still going to be a little resource intensive, so... Alright, there's the activated indium. Let's go receive all of our expedition ships, just as long as... I mean, those are... and we'll sort that out later. Okay. What have we got? Let's manage our expeditions. So we're talking money, a unique item, money, fusion accelerant. That's good. We'll put that in the one. Some Korvax casings and a lot more units. Convergence cubes. Carbon crystal. Oh, that's great. We're going to break those down. And some Viking daggers, Gek relics. Lots of good stuff. We don't really need all the relics and such. But I'm excited. Those carbon crystals, we're going to boost all of our carbon up so we don't have to mine up trees, which is nice. Let's go ahead and debrief this commander. More tetracobalt. Oh my. Units and cube and super oxide crystal. All manner of things. How are we doing here? Oh, it's filling up. But look at all those goodies. This comes with us. And this comes with us. And these can stay here. And this comes with us. And this comes with us. That way we know how much to sell, and then all of these are sell, and then all of these will be keep. So the goal is we're going to keep 2 of the charged up ones on the freighter if we don't need them, but we need the carbon ones, so we're actually going to break those down. That's the only reason we're doing those that way. Alright, the SV6 Yamato. What did we get? Money, vortex cubes, This one came up empty. Data sold to Explorers Guild. Interesting. And small amounts of units. I would expect to get a few, yeah. Lost Grimtree clippings. This plant has remarkably poisonous leaves, highly toxic petals, and release a scent that causes mild intoxication. Handle with care. Ooh. Sounds like you get good money for that on the space market. The SS-3, the Jukuchi Romer. Chromatic metal, magnetized ferrite, some money, activated cadmium, and more super oxide crystals. Now at this point, I do believe we're going to sell some of these. And these can stay. I like that. That's okay, we'll build those up. That's neat. We'll have a nice little supply of carbon. Problem is if we don't find a place to store those. Exactly, then all the stuff is just going to stack up on our freighter. Just like that. Maybe one stack of 10 is all we need for some of this stuff, right? I mean, oh, this Grantine. I mean, technically that's good stuff. Okay. Wow, so many resources. I mean, really, just with the expeditions alone, we are super swimming in resources here. So we don't need the Viking daggers or the effigies or the Gek relics. None of the activated metals. Yep. None of that. Vortex cubes, they go away. Corvax convergence cubes. And then what? We want to get rid of the chromatic metal. I guess we could have stacked that with ours, but... We're almost up to 400 million units. We're back up to 2,500 nanites. Just wow. Okay, so it's time to sell on of our personal inventory here, our exosuit inventory, anything that looks like it doesn't belong. And that's going to be... Yep, box of valuable fingers. Ooh. Sample is glowing faintly, a pale blue light flickering at its edge, barely visible in the daylight. What other secrets might a detailed analysis reveal? No one knows because we're going to sell it. Ooh, 4 million. Nope, we're going to hold on to those. The Lost Grimtree clippings for 500,000. Accept those terms. That's a good deal. 20 superoxide crystal. We're already sort of overflowing with oxygen, but that seems amiss to me. 10,000 oxygen's worth. We're going to go do a little bit of math really fast. No, because it's the same as the... Oh, realizations. I'm having realizations. It's the same as the Tetra Cobalt. It's more valuable if we break it apart than if we try to sell it just all in one. And then that 450, yeah, exactly, is worth so much more. Well, let's start breaking apart these carbon crystals. I definitely want to do that. That helped a lot. I don't know if we can afford to let it all go, though. I guess we keep breaking apart the Tetra Cobalt, same reason. Whether we're going to sell it, whether we want it or not, it seems like if we have the stuff, we're going to break it apart. Unless we're just storing it to store it. But even the other ones... Okay, I'm having more realizations here. 10 superoxide crystal is all that stacks to. And in other game modes, that might be an efficient way to store those resources, but in normal, when we have stacks that go up to 10,000, that's a waste of space. You notice that? Oh, interesting. I did not put that together. So really, if we want to have an extra stack of something, say, in reserve, we would be better off just putting an entire stack of 10,000 on board the freighter. I see. Okay, so if that's the case, then what we need to do... Save that for the starship. That gets sold at a space station. All of these other things we're going to hold on to. Right, because it's all about the cargo. Of course. So we need all these things on us then. We need to break all of the... All of these need to get broken down. Realistically. That's what it boils down to. Well, I'll tell you what, actually, I'm going to do that. Yeah, there's no reason to continue that. We can do all of that in between episodes. And then that way when we start the next episode, we'll just talk about... Yeah, and then I'll put all this where it needs to go. Okay, and with that being said, I think we'll go ahead and call this episode complete. We did get to check out the ocean of the hot planet, which I'm still leaning towards putting a base on there, maybe at some point. And then we got to see the bubble planet as well. Got a little bit of some bubble decorations. And then we'll go ahead and just call it there. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you had a good time watching. I think next time we'll end up getting to some of the multiplayer missions for today. We'll see if anybody hops on. Until next time, take care.